The MLB draft is in the books, and our next milestone in year 3 is to get to the All-Star break. The Rockies played pretty well last episode, and we talked a lot about Touki Toussaint, who has spent the last year and a half or so developing down at AA and AAA, but now I think it's time for him to come back up to the big leagues for the first time since we traded Trevor Story to acquire him back in year 1. Toussaint has been dominant at the lower levels, and while I'm not planning on starting him, I think he can give us some really valuable innings this year and contribute to an improved bullpen. I sent down Ryan Castellani as a corresponding roster move, and here's an update on where we are statistically with Ryan Mcmahon, one of our best standout hitters, Brandon Nimmo, of course, still one of the best batting averages in all of baseball, and as far as the pitching goes, it just continues to get better. We had some players on cold streaks to start the season. Those are going away quickly. So we continue play in the month of June with a couple of shutout losses against the Braves. Coming to Colorado, delivering a 4-game sweep where we score 6 runs in the entire series. Then the Pirates take 2 out of 3. We traveled to Atlanta, split the first 2, and we're going to get into Game 3, trying to get things on track, win a series. Rockies at 500 right now, which is an improvement compared to the first 2 years of the series, but still a disappointment. We're still a very inconsistent offense, and that doesn't appear to be changing. And we're up against a pretty good pitcher in this Game 3 matchup. Ian Anderson taking on Andrew Heaney in this one. Brandon Nimmo's average has come down slightly, but easily our top batting average on the team. I expect he'll be hitting leadoff for us the rest of the season, especially with Trey Turner's continued struggles. 2-2 from Anderson, and that one is belted to deep right field, and Nimmo goes yard to put the Rockies in front. We haven't had a lot of offense lately, especially in the early innings, so this is a very refreshing start on the breaking ball left right over the middle. Here's a look at our starting lineup in this game as Rogers moves up to the 2 spot. Javi Baez gets the day off, and Ryan Mcmahon bats third. And I think that's going to be his permanent spot in the lineup going forward. 3-2, missing high. Anderson walks McMahon. That brings up Ty France. Hasn't done a ton lately and turns on the inside fastball, lifted down the line. Easy play in left field, 2 away. And here's Trey Turner. Last 4 games haven't gone well, hitting just .213. This is not what we expected, and he pops it up sky high. Anderson threw him a pitch right down the middle. Rockies get 1. The free agent moves on offense haven't all worked, but the pitching moves have pretty well. Andrew Heaney with a 1.09 whip this season. The strikeouts are up a good bit for him, and he'll start it off here. Donovan Solano to second base. Brendan Rodgers with a great leaping throw. Next up, Ozzie Albies, 2-1. Heaney misses outside. And the 3-2 taken inside. Albies walks. Ronald Acuna Jr. bats third, and again called a ball. Heaney already getting frustrated after the walk to Albies, falling behind to Acuna. This one's in the dirt. Dom gathers, throws to second, and almost went into center field. 3-1 to Acuna. That one's popped up. Huge pitch there for Andrew Heaney. 2 down. And batting cleanup. A familiar face for Rockies fans. It's Trevor Story. There's the breaking ball over for strike 1. Story swings through the fastball and chases the changeup as Heaney recovers. Striking out Story. We go to the second. Here's Connor Joe playing every day, hitting around .280. And he draws the second walk for Anderson. And that'll bring up one of the most entertaining players of the season. It's Dom Nunez, only 10th right now in catcher all-star voting, and I don't think the 6-4-3 double play is going to help him rise in the standings. Bottom 2. 1 down, and Travis d'Arnaud rips one into left field. It's down the line into the corner, and the Braves pick up the 1-out double. That'll bring up Christian Pache. 2 homers on the year with a .263 average. 1-1 from Heaney. It's ripped into right center field, and Turner can't cut it off. d'Arnaud to third. He's waved around, and the Braves tied the game. Back-to-back doubles. This is a really deep Braves lineup, and they have replaced Freddie Freeman with Ji-Man Choi, who might be an all-star this year. He's playing like it, hitting .337, 10 home runs, batting 8th for Atlanta. Deep right center. Back goes Nimmo. He's got enough room. And Pache moves up to third base. But now you get to the 9th spot. It's Ian Anderson, who's hitting .182. Probably hitting a lot better than most pitchers. But Heaney's going to strike him out, and that ends the scoring threat for the Braves. After striking out at the plate, Anderson immediately strikes out Brandon Nimmo looking. Here's a look at the NLE standings, by the way. Braves off to a 41-22 start. Obviously, that sweep against us helped. Bottom 3, Andrew Heaney once again around the strike zone, but just can't throw a strike. So a walk followed by a base hit to Ozzie Albies. 2 on, nobody down. Another chance for Atlanta. Ronald Acuna on the first pitch popped up in foul territory. Another big pop out. Acuna's second of the day already. That brings up Story. This time he takes the first pitch breaking ball. And again, we see Heaney fall behind. 3-1 inside. He's not missing by much. Not getting any calls to go his way. So the bases are loaded. Into right center field, hit shallow, and there's Nimmo to make the catch. Throwing home offline, and another run scores. We just don't have the outfield arms to challenge even those plays. 2-1 Braves. d'Arnaud looks at strike 3. Big out for Andrew Heaney, limiting the damage, but the Rockies now trail. Top 4, another Trey Turner pop-up. It's right down the middle. I don't know what's up, but he's not playing well this year. Next up, Connor Joe, 2-0, and he stays with the outside fastball, but right at the right fielder. 2 down, that brings up Nunez, and he clobbers the changeup to deep right field, and Dom has tied this game. 7th home run of the season. Dom Nunez continues to entertain every episode this season. His hitting ratings are getting a nice boost this year as well. All tied up again, going bottom 4, and I wasn't sure if that was a catch or not. It is going to be an awkward double play. Got the tag. So, no runs in the 4th, thankfully. Top 5, Nimmo down the line. It's hooking. It is foul by 15 feet. 3-2. Line drive into center field, and Nimmo continues a great season at the plate. 2 batters later, it's Ryan McMahon with a deep drive to center field. This one's carrying at the wall. It's gone. Ryan McMahon does it again. 15 on the season. The most he's had in this series is 16, and he's approaching it. This is the year we've been waiting for McMahon. And it just so happens that next year, he hits free agency. 4-2 Colorado. Runner goes. Dom Nunez. He'll throw out another base runner. He is all around having his best year of the series. It's not even close. Heaney trying to get through the 5th. 0-2 to Albies. In the air, hit to right field, and Brandon Nimmo puts that one away. Rockies lead going into the 6th, where Kyle Wright makes his 2nd appearance of the year. Anderson's day is done. Connor Joe, 3-1. He walks for the 2nd time. Here's Dom Nunez again. He gets ahead in the count and takes the sinker low. Back-to-back walks to open the 6th. And that brings up David Geronimo, batting 8th today. 10 RBIs on the season with 5 homers. And he bounces this one through the middle into center field. Here comes Connor Joe. He's safe, and the Rockies extend their lead. Pinch hitting for Andrew Heaney to try and continue this rally. It's Javi Baez coming off the bench. Line drive down the line, a fair ball, and Baez reaches. Good bounce to the right fielder, and another run scores. Still nobody out, and the Rockies make it a 6-2 ball game. And now you have Brandon Nimmo. He's again trying to go to deep right field, but out in front. The 2-1 sinker taken low. And now fighting off a 3-2 pitch. Good battle here. Another payoff pitch, and it's called ball 4. Lucky break for Colorado. The bases are loaded. Still nobody down. Brendan Rodgers. A drive to deep left field. This one's back, and it is gone! A grand slam for Rodgers. Right off the top of the wall. Wright can't believe it. The Rockies put up 6, and there are no outs. A dominant inning for Colorado. They've broken this game wide open. And we are going to turn it over now to Touki Toussaint, getting a chance to pitch against the Braves. And who's the first batter he faces today? Trevor Story, as this trade comes full circle. Missing low with the curveball there. Count runs to 1-1, and Story skies it in left center. And it's a routine play, and another out. 2 batters later, Darno going after the sinker. 1-1, overpowered by the fastball. Toussaint gets ahead and puts him away with another fastball, clocking at 96. 2 away. 1-2 to Christian Pache. It's hit deep into the right field corner. Nimmo on the track. He's got barely enough room. Trying to take this series and put the game away. Rockies up 11-2 in the 7th, and that one's hammered to deep right center. It'll stay in, but it is off the wall for a leadoff double. Rockies got a run, by the way, on a Brandon Nimmo solo home run. I was quick managing the hitting after going up 8, trying to get back to the pitching. So a 9-run game, and Albies blasts one to deep right. If it's fair, it's gone, and that is a fair ball. In his brief major league innings, the long ball has been an issue for Toussaint. Gives up one there. Top of the 8th, there's Connor Joe with a great swing on that curveball, and he gets the 2-out single. Next up, Dom Nunez. That one's launched. Deep right center. It's back. Domination once again. A 2-run homer and a 2-home run game. What a season for Dom Nunez. A lot of our core hitters are underwhelming this year, but not Nunez. He's making up for some of that power that we're not getting from some other players. 9-run game once again, and Toussaint faces Story bottom 8 and strikes him out on the fastball. Toussaint has been racking up the strikeouts at both AA and AAA, and in this outing, he did a good job of that as well. Did he go? No. Christian Pache draws the walk. It was kind of a boomer bust outing for Toussaint. He got some strikeouts, but also got hit pretty hard. There's a strikeout to Ji-Man Choi, but unfortunately, Dom Nunez makes a mistake. And the inning continues. The bases are loaded. 2-2 count, and this one is just foul. Toussaint trying to end the inning, but misses low twice and walks in a run. So after 60 pitches, we go to Sir Anthony Dominguez, who certainly struggled to begin the year, but it's gotten so much better, a lot closer to where he was a season ago. Facing Donovan Solano. There's a swing and a miss. Count runs full. That's another bases loaded walk. 13-6, still loaded. And here's Ozzy Albies, who's already gone yard. But Dominguez gets him to 2 strikes. Albies right center. In comes Turner. He's got it. We don't need any late game drama in this one, all right? Don't need a Vikings versus Panthers situation here. 13-6 in the 9th inning, and Scott Oberg comes in, seals the game, and the Rockies take 2 out of 3 in Atlanta. Big series win, big offensive showing. Love to see performances like this against good competition. Thought we did a pretty good job of just making good contact in this game. We drew a lot of walks. We pretty much always had somebody on base, it felt like, and scored in a bunch of different innings as well. A very complete game for Colorado. And here's a look at the box score. I talked about Toussaint's day being very boom or bust. He recorded 8 outs, 5 of them via strikeout, but also gave up 5 walks and hits, including that 2-run homer to Albies. After the series win against Atlanta, we take on San Francisco, a team we have dominated lately, and now they return the favor with a 3-game sweep. Heading home to take on the St. Louis Cardinals, we have a 4-game split, and then take on the Diamondbacks as the Rays again give us a trade offer. I'm pretty sure they've already offered us Xavier Edwards for Javi Baez. We'll be coming back to all this around the trade deadline, but a few prospects that have been offered are very intriguing. We are able to go on a little winning streak here and take the first 2 against Arizona. So we're at a 38-38 record here. We've dropped the win percentage a little bit in this episode. We are in the wild card hunt, but can we sustain it? Hard to say. But the more this season goes on, the more I think we are going to end up trading Javi Baez at the deadline. And this year, he's brought up the average around 20 points at the expense of some power. He is homering much less than last season, around every 30 at-bats, where last year was around every 19. I am expecting him to not pick up his option this year and try to get more money, testing free agency, and I just don't see us competing to try and keep him in Colorado. So a trade is starting to make more sense, especially when I've been fixing the lineup every couple of weeks as certain players struggle or certain players get hot. And it's gotten more difficult with Rogers playing well because that's taking away time from Ty France, especially with Connor Joe playing well. I think both need to play every day. So we can always look at putting Trey Turner back at shortstop, trading Baez, and then we can play Connor Joe in the outfield if we need to. We would lose some speed in that instance, which I don't want to do, but just trying to find ways to put out our best 9 hitters. And I'm starting to think that we can probably move on from Baez pretty soon. Especially when you look at the trade offers we've been getting, we could probably get a pretty good prospect or 2. And it's a good chance if we want to go get some bullpen talent, which we did not do a great job of in the draft. So the Baez trade could be happening pretty soon. I have enjoyed having Baez on the team, but the hitting as a whole hasn't been what I expected these last 2 years, and it's probably just time to move on. It hasn't been a bad signing, but we know we're not going to sign him long term. He hasn't changed the offense, and now if the power's going down, I mean, that's where most of his value as a hitter is. So that's probably going to happen before the trade deadline. And I think now our attention has to shift to Ryan McMahon, because he's having his breakout season, and next year he's set to be a free agent. Can we sign Ryan McMahon to a long-term deal? How much would that cost us? Can we afford the contract? I imagine we can, but if we sign McMahon to a long-term deal, don't expect us to be active in free agency going forward. We have made our moves, and now we have to fill other spots internally. At the same time, though, McMahon really wasn't great a year ago. He played like 120 games. He hit 16 homers, hit around 200. This is 1 year of really good breakout play. Is that going to be enough to secure a long-term contract? Let me know what you think down below, because McMahon, right now, he's on pace to hit over 30 home runs. He's hitting around 270. He's doing what we wanted him to do. He's taken over that third spot in the batting order every day. He's supplying the most power on the team, and we're struggling to find power to begin with. So hopefully we can get a deal done. I would think something more in like the 2-year range. It's just hard to do a massive deal for him when we've only seen him play at this level for like half a season now. Although it was kind of expected he would get to this point. As far as the rest of the team goes right now, I still plan on playing Connor Joe and David Geronimo a lot. Ty France has been playing better, so he's getting everyday playing time. And I think it would be easier to get this lineup sorted out if we traded Baez and had Trey Turner move to shortstop. But let me know what you think with the Rockies now getting one game above 500 with this win over the Padres. We went through a lot of the season here actually in this episode, nearly a full month. I think that this pace has been really good for this season. We're working at a nice pace that doesn't feel like it's going too quickly or too slowly. And I imagine we have one episode, maybe two before the All-Star break. And that's when it's really decision time on what we're going to do this year. As far as the win percentage goes, it looks like it'll be a nice year 3 improvement. But is it a playoff season? To me, it doesn't feel like it. I just don't think the offense is there for this team. If we're a bottom 5 hitting team, I just don't see us competing. I do think that Trey Turner's struggles this year are really hurting the progress we could be making this season. We gave him a massive contract. He's been very disappointing. And I don't know if it's going to get fixed this year. I have him coming off the bench right now just because other players deserve the at-bats. The ERA for us continues to go down. We're now 5th in team ERA. I knew pitching was going to be a challenge, and then we basically fixed it so quickly. I'm like, all right, the hitting has to catch up. I tried to do as much as I could last season without overextending, and here we are. Same problems remain. So, what do you think, everybody? Ryan McMahon leads this team in home runs with 16. Brandon Nimmo, Javi Baez, and Dom Nunez all tied for second with 9 home runs. Geronimo has 8. Expected a bit more pop from Ty France. I'm surprised he's only at 7 homers this season. But if things do stay this way, you could see me be a bit more experimental in the second half of the year, calling up players from AAA that are doing well, and seeing if anybody can give us a boost. Might as well if we are this low in batting average, on base, and we're getting shut out 2-3 times a week, it seems. At least Dom Nunez has been fun to watch. We always have that. And hopefully, David Geronimo can have a couple good months to close out the year and take Rookie of the Year. He's behind a couple players right now. Drew Mendoza's in first. I feel like Geronimo could catch him, but he's going to have to get hot at the plate. That'll do it for this episode, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know down below what you think the Rockies should do going forward into the All-Star break, into the trade deadline. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.